Evans from LymeOnline with your weekly update on the latest news, sport, weather forecast and what's on this weekend in the Lyme Regis area. Water quality testing carried out in the River Lyme in February has again shown high levels of E. coli bacteria, which is an indicator of sewage pollution. The Environment Agency testing showed that water quality was at its lowest at the surface water outfall which pours into the river at Woodmead Road, where a staggering 27,200 units of harmful E. coli were found in 100 millilitres of water. The lowest reading was taken just before this surface water outfall, with the Lyme showing 110 units per 100 millilitres. Just 1 unit of E. coli per 100 ml of water is considered unsafe to drink. Swimming beaches should not exceed 88 units per 100 ml, and beaches designated for bathing should not exceed 406 units per 100 ml. The Environment Agency reported that E. coli concentrations had increased markedly between Woodmead Road Bridge and the Town Mill, indicating multiple sources of faecal contamination. They put this down to contaminated surface water drainage. The news has been met with disappointment by the River Lyme Action Group, who recently celebrated some achievements, having been voluntarily testing the water quality and campaigning for South West Water and the Environment Agency to clean up the Lyme for a year. Hopes had been running high as residents had recently reported sightings of trout and eel and dippers in a cleaner looking river, but the data shows that shocking pollution levels remain. Nominations are now being invited to fill a vacancy on Lyme Regis Town Council. Notice of an election has been given by Dorset Council and nominations must be received by 4 p.m. on Wednesday, March 15th. If there are more than 2 nominations, a by-election will take place on Thursday, April 13th. The winner will fill a vacancy caused by the recent death of Councillor John Broom. You can find full details on how to put yourself forward for election on the Town Council website shown on screen. A number of changes are being planned at the Town Mill in Lyme Regis to help improve the visitor experience at the historic site. An application submitted to Dorset Council includes plans to replace and enlarge the main entrance to the working watermill with a glass door, replace the archway leading to the mill from the Broad Street car park and install a wooden framed canopy over the Malthouse gallery door. The plans would also improve access to the secluded Miller's Garden, which is currently tucked away behind gates, so is often not found by visitors. A new serving hatch would also be installed at the Strawberry Tree restaurant at the mill to improve the flow of service, and railings and lighting around the entire site would also be improved. A spring resurfacing programme has gotten underway this week to provide smoother and safer journeys for drivers on the A35 in Dorset. 6 miles of the A35 and the adjoining A30 in Devon will be completely resurfaced this month to improve safety and provide smoother journeys for drivers. This will include several sections between Lyme Regis and Bridport and further afield towards Dorchester. The resurfacing will mainly take place during overnight closures to minimise disruption, and drivers should follow clearly marked diversion routes. In local sport, Lyme Regis' first team slipped back into contention at the top of the Devon and Exeter Premier Division last weekend with a workmanlike 2-0 victory away to Sandford. The Seasiders went into the game with a strong 15-man squad without Ben Turner, a key player who instead ran Seaton's Grizzly race on Sunday in the excellent time of 3 hours 15 minutes. Lyme started the game really strong with some good passing football on Sandford's wide pitch and maintained the upper hand throughout, with their goals coming from talented youngster Josh Daines, who grows in confidence with every game, and fullback Alex Rowe. Player-manager Robbie Fellingham described his side's performance as a really solid win, adding that it was great to get a clean sheet. Tomorrow, the Seasiders are at home to Crediton United Seconds, who sit in 9th place in the table but have played 4 less games than the Seasiders. Kick-off is at 3 p.m. Lyme Regis reserves, without a fixture last weekend, travelled to Exeter University Fifths, never an easy game. Still undefeated at home, Up Lyme First felt like it was 2 points dropped as they drew 2-2 with Elmore Thirds last weekend, but it was enough to retain the Swallows' mid-table place in Division 4. Tomorrow they're away to Colm United, who sit 3 places below them in the table. Charmouth, whose match last weekend was abandoned, are at home to neighbours Piemore in Division 1 of the Perry Street League, and kick-off is at 2:30 p.m. Lyme Regis U3A will host a talk by members of East Devon Metal Detecting Club at the Woodmead Halls at 11 a.m. this morning. The Marine Theatre will host celebrated poet and singer Rowan Headley tonight from 6:30 p.m, and the Nag's Head will host an 80s disco following its weekly meat draw at 6:30 p.m. On Saturday, comedy from Jen Brister will be held at the Marine Theatre with doors opening at 6:30, and the Nag's Head will host its weekly live music night from 9 p.m. The wet weather is set to continue throughout the weekend, with light rain forecast throughout today and Saturday and heavier rain on Sunday, with temperatures reaching highs of 11 degrees. Thanks for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. You can find the latest news on our website throughout the week. Follow us on social media or subscribe to our free weekly newsletter to ensure you're always up to date. Have a great weekend.